Hello viewers, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jonathan, thanks for watching. Today I am having a look at, well, I mean obviously it's here right in front of me in burning orange with the lovely Pierce Brosnan adorning the front of the box.
Retro unboxing.
I'll be honest with you, and I'm not just saying this to try and be controversial or start debates or arguments in the comments, although, you know, I very much like to discuss the point. I think this is one of the worst consoles ever. Certainly from a mainstream Nintendo, Sega, Microsoft, Sony point of view, you know, Atari, etc. Certainly in recent times, I think this was just a bit of a waste of time. It came out in something like 1997 in the UK, I think a year before maybe in Japan and possibly America. I never had one at the time. I had a PlayStation PS1 and this kind of went by the wayside for me a little bit. So really in today's video I just wanted to have a look at it and see if I'm potentially going to kind of change my mind really about the Nintendo 64. I'll just show you around the box. I managed to find one that was in pretty excellent condition. Front of the box there, you've obviously spent a couple of minutes having a look at that. It's pretty nice. And then you can see where the all the stickers and everything have been back when Nintendo did used to seal the consoles. And then on the back, I did notice. You can call this side, right? You can call this number here to speak to a games counsellor. We are open 365 days a year to help your gameplay questions. So if you're pulling your hair out because you can't get Mario up onto the ledge or whatever, you could ring and talk to a games counsellor. I mean, frankly, I could do with one of those now because I'm developing a problem. Frankly, buying all these bloody consoles. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, apparently it's got CD quality sound. Anyway, so yeah, on the back we've got the games, or some of the best games that were available. Banjo-Kazooie, which I never played. Again, you know, I'm 17, so I want to be doing man things at 17 and adult things, not playing silly cartoony platform games. You know, I'm going to save that until I'm 40. Mario 64, Zelda, Mario Kart 64, which was, you know, pretty good, but to be honest, it wasn't better than the SNES Mario Kart, so kind of a bit of a waste of time. And then F-Zero, which I did quite like, and I think that's probably going to be one of the first games I pick up. So that's the outer box, and there's not really much different with the inner box. It's probably just a bit more recognisable. Oh, I've just noticed there's a couple of different games on the box as to what there was on the outer. So we've got Diddy Kong Racing over there, and Lilac Wars, which was I think a sequel to Star Fox, and then Wave Race and some Star Wars game or another. Stay there, Piers. There we go. So yeah, a bit of a strange console for me. I think probably, as I say, really more to do with the timing in terms of when it was released. You know, we talk a lot about what was the best console, what was the worst console. I think the Sega Saturn's got to be up there, hasn't it? And the Atari Jaguar, as great as a console it was just a massive flop because the games were mainly crap. I think the fact that this came after the Sony PlayStation meant that we'd been opened up to the world of CD-based games, and I think that's maybe where this was lacking. I don't know. But I'm going to get it unboxed now, and we'll have a closer look at the console, and then I'll get it fired up and see what I think. See if I can't change my mind about it being pretty much the worst console that's ever been made. All right, on to the unboxing. All right, so let's get it unboxed. I'm going to do it nice and gently, just to preserve the pristineness. And apologies for any camera shaking around. I've got no other choice at the minute but to have this camera is on a pole on the edge of the desk, and it does shake about a bit, so apologies. There will be a solution to that. I will find it. Please bear with me. So let's undo the flaps. And we've got a nice big solid block of polystyrene. Alright, so you can see that everything pretty much looks like it's in there and where it should be, but we'll have a closer look. Nintendo would never shy on putting a load of booklets and everything. I think even now, you know, you look at a Wii game and there's like 3 or 4 booklets about. I don't know, I've never read them. But you've got the instruction booklet for GoldenEye itself. There it is. Another. I mean, I think they just like putting the logo on everything. Ooh, snazzy poster. There we go, look at that. Pocket Game Boy. I need one of those in my life. Some more crap. Service Force. And a Nintendo 64 instruction booklet. This is what worries me with these old consoles, is getting the bloody things turned on and tuned in. I really don't want to be using the aerial connection or the RF aerial connection. But do you remember these aerial switch box so you could go between your TV and your games console? I can remember having probably 3 or 4 of these connected into one and another. So when you've got like a Mega Drive and a Nintendo and an Amiga and whatever, and everything was all on your desk going into one TV, and you had 3 or 4 of these so you could switch in between them. Fond memories. So that's all of that. I'll get this out first. No, I won't, because the controller's in front of it. I'll get the controller out first, shall I? Now, you'll see that is in. I mean, there's hardly. I don't think there's any marks on it, which is what I like, really. I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. When I'm buying these things, I want things to be like new. You've got a trigger on the back. You've got a pack there for a rumble pack. I don't know if that was also doubled as a memory card slot. Not sure, can't remember. We'll find out. So you kind of held it. If you were left-handed, you're a bit buggered. But luckily I'm right-handed, so you had your finger on the trigger at the back there, right thumb on that stick, and left thumb on the D-pad. That's pretty nice. It was a nice controller. Unusual, and maybe slightly phallic. Don't know. That's the power brick, which is kind of slightly unusual. It just slots into the back of the console, so this kind of becomes part of the console. And I've got to say, that again doesn't really look used. I mentioned on the PlayStation 3 I unboxed recently, you can normally tell when cables and connectors have been plugged into things, because you start to notice just little nicks and sort of fouls around the ports. And I appreciate with the power brick, you do tend to only plug it in once and then it stays there, but you'd expect to see some scuffs around there, but that's pretty good. So I'm really pleased with that. Nintendo 64 power supply. Cool. That's an RF modulator. I'll find out whether I need to use that or not shortly. I'm sure I've got a GameCube component cable or something, so I should hopefully be able to use that. And there is good old Piz, the Bros. Again in pretty excellent, I have to say, like new condition really. So we'll slot him in a minute. And now the console. Look at that. That is. Now, as much as I've been saying that I don't particularly, I'm not a fan of this console and whatnot, I still get a slight semi when I'm looking at old hardware. So that's where you plug the power brick in. Look at that. Not a mark on it. Very nice. Very nice. It's nice. There's that little thing I was on about earlier to plug your aerial in. That's never been opened. Good old RF aerial type cable, and there's the actual aerial cable for if you are plugging it into an old CRT. I'm still debating whether I plug it into my CRT or a monitor. We'll see what cables I've got that I can use. Right, just a quick look around the console now. I've got it all out of the box. As you can see, it's in pretty spectacular condition. I'm not going to say that it's never been used, but it does genuinely look like one of those that's been used once and then boxed back up and stuck in the loft for 20 odd years. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. Like I said, as much as I was never a big fan and don't remember it particularly fondly, there's just something about getting an old new kind of piece of hardware. It does bring back memories of the time, and for me this brings back memories of specific friends that I don't necessarily see anymore, and kind of takes me back to his bedroom. And hang on, I'll stop there. Takes me back to going around to your mate's house and playing on a console that you didn't have. I think I probably just had a PS1. I don't know, I really can't remember. So I'll get it plugged in and get GoldenEye loaded up and see if I can't convince myself this is actually far better than I remembered it. We'll see. Back in a sec. I have a confession. I have plugged this in, I have had a bit of a play with it, and it didn't change my mind. But if I'm honest, it's my fault. I'm trying to judge a system. I'm trying to judge a console by a single game, and a game that was legendary at the time in Pierce Brosnan here. And to be honest, I plugged it in, I had a bit of a play, and it actually just pissed me off. So I've not been fair to the humble Nintendo 64, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to order a handful of games, not just the considered best games. I'm going to order a random selection from eBay, and then I'm going to do a follow-up video to this. So sorry if there's any disappointment that there's no real conclusion, but I've got to be fair to it. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed the unboxing of the effectively brand new Nintendo 64. And if you want to give me a like and a subscribe, and I will conclude this video in a week or two once I've got some more games and I've spent a little bit more time with the Nintendo. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Alright, see you soon.
Retro Unboxing.